strong eyesight, sharp vision, and focus is what defines an eagle. Hi, my name is Ashley Jarera, and in this series of episodes, we are going to be discussing the 11 eagle principles guaranteed to bring you wealth and success. Now you can be rest assured that these principles have been tried and tested, so you are guaranteed to receive value for your time. Now, before we jump into our message, be sure that you stick around towards the end of the video, for we have prepared affirmations that are going to help you to kickstart your success journey. Now, without waste of further time, let us jump straight into principle number 1. Now, point number one. Point number 1, we wrote that strong eyesight. Now, on strong eyesight, what does that mean? This simply means that the ability to see what is in front of you. Now, I want you to look at your environment and think to yourself, what are the opportunities that are actually in front of me right now? I don't want you to think of something that is further or something that is of a distance. This is something that is actually in front of you. Look at what is in front of you and ask yourself, what is the opportunity that I can get from the things that are around me? For remember, an eagle has a strong eyesight, which means it has the ability to see what is in front of it. This is the ability to see the environment, to scan the environment that you're currently operating in. Right? That's what we wrote for point number 1. Now, if you move on again to point number 2, point number 2 then says that sharp vision. Now, this is the ability to see beyond what your eyes can see. Can I repeat that? Strong vision simply means that this is the ability to see beyond what your own 2 eyes can see. Right? Now, I want you to keep in mind, what is this sharp vision? Now that you've looked around, I want you to ask yourself, what are the opportunities that are around that are going to allow me to be able to get to the desired goal that I have for the future? For remember, first we said that you have to have strong eyesight, be able to recognize the opportunities that are actually in front of you. And now on point number 2, we say that sharp vision, when you've now identified these opportunities, when you've now looked at your environment and scanned and realized that I want to get to point B, but these are currently the opportunities that are there for me. Sharp vision then allows you to realize that, okay, since this is the opportunity, how therefore can I use this opportunity to enable me to get to my desired goal or to my desired vision that is in the future. That is what we established on point number 2, which says that sharp vision. Sharp vision simply means that the ability to see beyond what your 2 eyes can see. What are the opportunities? How can I use these opportunities to help me to reach to my desired goal? Now, when you go to point number 3, point number 3 then says that focus. Focus. Right? Focus. An eagle has immense and wonderful focus ability. Now, what is the advantages of focus? Focus creates direction, and it creates as well a definitive of purpose. What do I mean by this? When you have focus and you have vision and you have a strong eyesight, this allows you to create a definitive of purpose. It allows you to have direction in your life. It allows you to focus on certain things in your life. This allows you to broaden your mind and realize that this is the direction that I want to take in my life. And it also gives you a definitive of purpose, which gives you direction as well in your life. So these are the 3 key principles, guys. If you can master these 3 key principles, you're going to not need any other lessons that are going to come forward in this series. If you can master that, you have to have strong eyesight, sharp vision, and focus. These are the 3 things that define an eagle. And these are the lessons that you are bringing to you today, that if you can have these 3 principles, these 3 key lessons in your life, you are going to go far in your life. For remember, when you have strong eyesight, you have the ability to see what is in front of you. When you have a strong vision, you have the ability to see beyond what your own 2 eyes can see. And when you have focus, you have direction and a definitive of purpose. You're not just going around and not knowing where you're going. You know where you're going and you have direction of where you're actually going. Now, one key thing I want us to note is that without sharp vision and focus, an eagle will starve to death. Without the ability to see beyond your own environment and without direction in your life, an ego is going to starve to death. Let's bring it home. Without direction in your life, you are going to be taken by every wave that comes into your life. When you hear that people are now doing stocks, you are going to run there. When you hear that people are now doing cryptocurrency, you are going to run there because you don't have direction and you don't have focus of where you want to go. What is it that you want to do in your life? Have focus, have vision, have the ability to see beyond your own environment. Now, why is it that when you don't have the ability to see beyond your own environment, you're going to perish? Because you're going to be limited only to your environment. Now, if your environment is currently a bad environment, you need to see beyond that current environment and ask yourself, how can I use this current bad environment and this negative environment to my own advantage so that it can enable me to reach my desired goals and my desired reality that I want to have in the near future, right? You must have focus and a sharp vision. Have the ability to see beyond your own environment. Have the ability to have direction and have focus in your own life. Now, vision allows you to create, but not just create, but purposefully create, which is what we talked about when we say that it creates a definitive of purpose. Now, because of vision, you look at the challenge, but you see an opportunity. Because you know where you're going, you are able to look at a challenge and then realize that this is actually an opportunity to enable me to reach to my desired goal. This is the power of vision. Now let us move on and try to understand other points, that how can this help me in my life as well as I proceed, so that I can be able to master these 11 ego principles that I can be guaranteed to have success in my life. Point number 4 then says that if an ego misses on the initial swoop, he will fly up, gain perspective, and come back with more vigor. Can I repeat that? If an ego misses on the initial swoop, it will fly up, gain perspective, and come back with more vigor. Learn to focus on one thing. Do not give up until you have accomplished your goal. The ego does not change its target. I want you to understand this. When it misses in the initial swoop, the ego does not change its target and decide that now that I've missed this bird, I'm not going to attack the rabbit. No, the ego does not do that, because the ego has a focus, the ego has direction, the ego knows what it wants. Therefore, when it misses in the initial swoop, it flies up, which is a very important point I want you to get, guys. The ego does not fly down, but it flies up. This is the same thing that we should keep in mind as we proceed with our lives. When you miss on the initial swoop, fall forward. Don't fall backwards, but fall forward. Understand, why did I miss on the initial swoop? Gain perspective on why did I miss on attaining my goal. Reflect on the decisions that you've made. What made me to get to this point? Why did I miss my goals? And then you can be able to transgress to another level, right? This is the same characteristic that an ego has. It does not fall backwards, but it flies up, gains perspective, and tries to understand, why did I miss on the initial swoop? And then when it comes back again for the same target, it comes back with more vigor. Right? This is a principle I want you to keep in mind, guys, that in whatever things that you do, just because you missed on the initial swoop, it does not mean that you have to give up. Fly up, and gain perspective and try to understand, why did I miss on the initial swoop? Then you can be able to come back again for the same target. For remember, the ego does not change its target until it has got its target. So this is the same thing that you can apply as well in your life. When you go for your targets, when you go for your goals, do not give up until you have accomplished your goals. If you want to fly like an eagle, if you want to have guaranteed wealth and success in your life, you need to fly up, gain perspective, and be able as well to go for your goals. Do not give up until you have accomplished your goals. Now, that's what we have for point number 4. Now, let us move on to point number 5. Point number 5, we then ask the question, what is vision? Someone might be asking, okay, I understand that the ego has vision, but what is vision? I got the definition that this is the ability to see beyond my two eyes. But therefore, how can I have position, or how can I be in position of vision into my own life? Now, vision is your special assignment. Let me repeat that, or let me even come closer. Vision is your special assignment, right? This is not something that anyone else has, but this is something that can only be accomplished by you, not your neighbor, not your cousin, not your sister, not your brother. This is something that can only be accomplished by you. For remember, each and every one of us have our own unique fingerprint. This is what defines you. That means that there is no photocopy somewhere else roaming around the streets. It means that there's only one you in the entire world. That means you have your own specific mission that you have to accomplish. This is the power of vision. Now, the funny part about vision is that even though it is your vision, it is not about you, but it is for others. Remember, guys, we're bringing the concept of let us define and understand how we can create wealth and success into our own lives. Now, the power of vision is that it is not only for you, but it is for others. Now, I want you to understand this, guys. This is very important. If you find your vision only benefiting yourself, remember, this is not a vision from God. For this one is just about your own personal ambitions and gaining your own selfish ambitions into your own life. But the vision, the one that contains your own special assignment, is the one that is going to benefit others. And this is the vision that is going to attract wealth and riches unto other people, for you are offering services that are going to enrich other people as well in your life. So as you go forth in your life, ask yourself the vision that you have in your life. Is this vision benefiting only myself, or is this vision going to benefit other people as well? When you find yourself saying, I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house, I want to have this type of phone, ask yourself, how are these things benefiting other people? For remember, we are talking about wealth, guys, and success. If you look at the people, at Thomas Edison, if you look at the people who made the aircraft, if you look at the Wright brothers, they made something that is now benefiting the majority of the people, and that brings wealth and success. So your wealth and your success is defined by your service to others. Let your vision bring service to others. Let it not only be about you, right? This is the point that I wanted to bring to you guys as we're about to wrap up our episode for today. This is a key point that you must keep in mind, that vision is not only limited to yourself, but vision is about also offering services to other people and enriching other people. Napoleon Hill also goes further to say that no one can get rich by being alone or being their own person without enriching other people as well. So as you go on about your vision, remember, this vision also has to help and enrich other people as well into their own lives. As we wrap up our episode for today, there is questions that I want to leave you with for lesson number 1. And question number 1, this says that in your country, with the current economic state, what do you see? Remember, we say that vision is the ability to see beyond what your own two eyes can see, right? So in your country, with the current economic state, what do you see? In your relationship, what do you see? In your workplace, what do you see? In your area of learning, what do you see? Now, no matter the environment that you're currently operating in, the question is, what do you see? Remember, opportunities are everywhere, but in order to discover them, it all depends on whether we are looking or whether we are actually seeing them. And remember, like J. Oswald Sanders says, eyes that look are common, but eyes that see are rare. Now, these are the key takeaways that I want you to keep as we end our episode for today. The key takeaway lessons is Identify your vision and set your goals. Identify your special assignment and set your goals in attaining that special assignment and completing that special assignment. For remember, a purpose and a time for everything. You don't have all the time in the world to do whatever it thinks that you want. There is a specific time and a place for everything, a season and a time for everything, right? Point number 2 then says that stick to your vision no matter what obstacles you face. When the eagle misses on the initial swoop, it does not change its target. Stick to your vision. Do not change your vision just because other people are saying other things. For remember, this is your special assignment. Now, if you make a miss and if you make a mistake on the initial swoop, fly high and gain perspective. If you miss on the initial swoop, fly high and gain perspective in everything that you do. Learn from your mistakes and fall forward. Learn from your mistake. Let your mistakes not hold you back, but learn from them, and then you can be able to fall forward. Now, your goals and actions must be aligned to your vision. If your mission or your goal is to be healthy, for example, then let your actions also represent that. You cannot therefore be found eating takeaways every single day, but your goal is to be healthy. It doesn't make sense. So let your goals and your actions be aligned. Let them speak in one single voice. Now look beyond the challenges and see opportunities. Remember, eyes that look are common, but eyes that see are rare. Now, here are a few affirmations that can help you, as we promised you in the beginning of the episode, that these affirmations are going to help you in your life. Now, these affirmations are going to help you in your journey for success and in your journey for wealth, and they are guaranteed to bring you wealth and success. Now, they go like this: I am a visionary. I have an eye for opportunities. I see the extraordinary in the ordinary. I see the opportunity in the challenge. My vision and focus is sharp. No obstacle or challenge can keep me from all I must become. I will walk in the light of my vision. Now, until we meet again next time, it's been a pleasure. Ciao.